Hello to all of you. We are Eirini, Vegianni, Xristothea, Kazila, and Stylianos, Ntalis, three teachers from the first primary school of Glyfada, which is a region in the southern suburbs of Athens. And we would like to present you a study we did this year to our students who were in the 5th and the 6th grade and concerned their social and emotional competence, supporting citizenship education. So, in today's world, everyone is part of a bigger whole that affects our everyday choices in life. Our world faces interconnected issues that require a united effort as we make our civic journey. A civic journey is a journey that all citizens do. It is related to all life stages and may change as time passes. A civic journey refers to the way someone interprets his or her position in the world, how he or she connects with the global issues, and contributes to the world's well-being. Furthermore, through our civic journey, we are able to realize the importance of personal and social values, which enable us to engage with challenges of everyday social and political life, such as voting, volunteering, democratic participation, etc. One crucial way to achieve this is by citizenship education, which is a set of skills that educate young people about citizenship involvement and active participation. Citizenship education consists of membership, which develops to children a sense of belonging, obligations, which makes children realize their duties in society, and participation, which makes children be a thoughtful member of a group having their own voice. That's why schools play an important role in helping them understand how to be an active part of the society. That's why citizenship education aims to raise awareness to people about global issues, as well as develop their learning about democracy, politics, human rights, identities and diversity, media and information literacy, sustainability, and financial education. Moreover, citizenship education aims to make people respectful, have an empathetic and inclusive interaction, and be able to make personal or collective responsible decisions. All these skills are strongly related to social and emotional competence, which is a person's ability to recognize and manage his/her own emotions, recognize others' emotions, manage his/her relationships, and make rational decisions. That's why social and emotional skills are included into citizenship education programs. Through social and emotional competence, people learn to respect diversity and experience a sense of belonging to a common humanity based on human rights. They become engaged and participatory members of their communities, consider themselves as part of this world, and learn how to work with others to create solutions. So, this research aimed to find whether the five domains of Castell's model, as presented above, are affected positively by some experiential activities, and which was the students' conception about social and emotional competences or correlation to citizenship education. The participants of the study were 69 students of 5th and 6th grade of the first primary school of Glyfada in Athens. It took place from October 2025 until January 2026. Our research tool was a questionnaire about social and emotional competence, which was given as a pre-test and a post-test. And after that, students worked in teams and we had discussion about their points of view. Between the two tests, the pre and the test and the post test, students had to do 8 experiential activities about social and emotional competence. Let's see some examples of these activities. One of those was called Say Something Positive. So students wrote a positive comment for every classmate. They put each note in each child's envelope. So we had envelopes on the board with the name of each student. And in the end of the activity, every child had an envelope full of positive comments from his or her classmates. Our second activity was called Playing a Role, where children were given scenarios about people facing discriminating or racistic behavior. And they had to be in the position of these characters and play the roles. After playing the scenarios, we discussed about how they felt, about the reasons they acted the way they acted, and we brought those scenarios in their own life, discussing whether they have faced similar behaviors in their life. Our third activity we did was called Being in Another's Position, where children wrote about when they feel a negative sentiment. For example, when they feel frustrated or stressed or disappointed, etc. Then the papers were mixed and each child got a classmate's paper. They read it, trying to understand why the other child feels like that and what advice they could give to him or her. So there was an interaction between the students and they could feel how their classmates feel when there is something wrong going into their mind. Let's see some of the findings of the research. For example, the means of the students' answers in the pre-test and the post-test. Here we can see their mean of answers after completing the questionnaire as a pre-test. We can see that they had their highest rate at self-awareness questions, and the second higher sector was decision-making, while their lowest rate was at the self-management questions. After completing the 8 activities and the social and emotional competence questionnaire as a post-test, we can see that all the means were increased, and again the self-awareness sector has the highest rate, while the self-management sector had the lowest rate. Another interesting finding had to do with the means of answers related to classroom. Here we can see that the students' means of answers at the pre-test were all lower in the 5th grade compared to the 6th graders, and the same happened after the post-test. We can see again that the 5th graders had lower means than the 6th graders. We then asked students how each one of the 5 sectors of social and emotional competence affects active citizenship, meaning how can someone be a good citizen by developing each one of the 5 sectors of social and emotional competence. For this purpose, students worked in teams and then we discussed all together their aspects. Here we present some of the proposals they made, some of their opinions. For example, about self-awareness, they told, knowing myself makes it easier for me to be a member of the society, and I make decisions more easily for myself and others. Then, concerning social awareness and how it affects active citizenship, they told, I can feel how other people feel, especially those with needs, and do something to help them. And it's harder to harm other people if you know how they feel. Concerning self-management, they told, I learned to regulate myself and not cause problems to other people, and I make my life calmer, and this helps to make better relationships. Then, concerning how relationship management is related to citizenship education, they told, I belong somewhere, I am not alone. Through communication, I make more relationships and become a member to many groups. Finally, about decision making, they told, I think before making a decision that may affect others, and I am more productive at work or at school. Coming to our conclusions after this research, we could say that children have more highly developed self-awareness than social awareness. Self-management seems harder for children, and decision-making was the second highest rated sector of social and emotional competence, both in pre-test and post-test. Moreover, we saw that 6th graders have more highly developed social and emotional skills than 5th graders, which shows that social and emotional competence is a developmental, lifelong process where skills change based on age, social contexts, and biological transitions. The activities that children took part in helped them improve all sectors of their social and emotional competence, and the way they conceived the importance of each social emotional competences sector in everyday life's aspects and challenges shows that they realize its contribution to forming someone's civic identity and helping him or her form his or her citizenship status. So, activities such as those employed in our study can have a positive impact on children's social and emotional competence. As such, we recommend that schools plan, organize, and implement activities of developing social and emotional competence on a pilot basis, and if found to be beneficial, embed them in lessons as well as consider their introduction as an obligatory inclusion in their curriculum. We would like to thank you all. We hope you enjoyed our presentation. Greetings from Greece.